Another dead sheriff in Louisiana. Another black person holding the gun. That was a couple of days ago. Then within 48 hours of that, same state, Louisiana, actually in the same part of the state, near Monroe County, 2 deputy sheriffs were shot, one in the leg, one in the face. 3 black people have been arrested for that.
I feel like I've lost a lot. I'm empty inside right now. I can't even think of words to put it in. He was everybody he met, everybody he touched, he brought joy to. He was just that kind of person. He loved kids, and of course he was a father and a grandfather also. He was always positive. There wasn't a negative thing about him. And if he gave you a call, he was going to bring your spirits up, make you laugh. And I spoke to him every single day.
It all began a few days ago when Monroe County Sheriff David Michelle spotted a couple of white people walking down the street, trailed very closely by the black guy. Sheriff stopped to see what was up. He went to frisk the black guy. Black guy turned around, shot him once, then he shot him 2 more times in the back, killing him. He was in custody soon after, taken down by this group of deputies. His grandmother maintains A, her grandson didn't do nothing, and B, they roughed him up when they arrested him.
Those nagging worries that you're going to get stopped or pulled over for absolutely no reason.
A lot of people were sending me the story, but even so, I thought I would do a little Google search. So I think I entered Louisiana deputy sheriff shot during a traffic stop. This is what I came up with. Pages and pages and pages of black people shooting white cops. It happened not too long ago in the same county, Monroe County, Louisiana. The sheriff down there, one of my favorite sheriffs, along with Sheriff Clark in Wisconsin, he didn't take too kindly to that. Let's take a look at that clip, what just happened down there a few months ago.
So the message to Kensington and all the other neighborhoods in Jefferson Parish, wake up!
Sheriff Newell Norman gets fired up as he defends his deputies' actions after they shot a drug suspect, and he calls on citizens to take action.
Good evening, I'm Kim Holden.
And I'm John Snell. The sheriff's heated words come as he also showed off the guns he says Desmond Willis used to shoot at his deputies.
Natasha Robin is live in Harvey with more.
Sheriff Newell Norman was fired up and didn't hold back as he talked about an Algiers man shot by deputies earlier this week. At times, the sheriff was screaming, even gripping the podium.
Not to be insensitive, but I'll be damned if this office is going to stand by and have its reputation impugned by people when this video's out there, trying to pollute the minds of our youngsters in our community day in and day out with this crap.
25-year-old Desmond Willis was killed during a shootout with police on Manhattan Boulevard in Harvey on Monday. The shooting happened as deputies tried to arrest Willis following a traffic stop when deputies smelled marijuana. Sheriff Norman began today's presser by playing a series of videos on social media showing Willis rapping about shooting at the cops, dealing and smoking marijuana, and living a gangster lifestyle. Norman says he wanted to release the videos to discredit what Willis's family told the media about Willis being a good guy. He says the videos speak for itself. Norman says the scene that unfolded on Manhattan Boulevard is the exact scene Willis described in the videos.
Over 65 rounds fired that day. Absolute miracle that no one got hurt. In fact, one of the witnesses said, as she watched the thing go down on the street between the hotel and the office building, she turned her head because she did not want to see a cop get killed. So the message to Kensington and all the other neighborhoods in Jefferson Parish: wake up! If you know what's going on in your neighborhoods, call the sheriff's office and let us know. Because your life is not going to matter.
Norman also displayed guns, bullets, and drugs on a table at the presser. He says they found those items in Willis's truck after the shootout. He also showed us the 9mm gun with a laser sight on it that he says Willis used to shoot at his deputies. He says he wanted to point out this is what his deputies are facing on the streets of Jefferson Parish every day, and he says it's time for the community to wake up and not tolerate it anymore. At the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office, Natasha Robin, Fox 8 News.
Thanks, Natasha. Willis's grandmother told Fox 8 she blames deputies for her grandson's death. She says she does not believe he was involved in drugs, and she believes he ran in fear for his life.
Because to me, he ain't do no wrong. He just shot a cop.
Before we look at the second shooting, where 2 more sheriff's deputies were shot in Louisiana a day or so later, let's take a look at the killer's Facebook page, some of the photos. We see the usual preoccupation with guns, drugs, money, bitches. Not as much as lots of others, but it's still there. And oh yeah, this super genius who killed the deputy, as you might expect, has a long record of crime and violence. Just a few months ago, he was stopped in a car where they found a stolen gun hidden underneath a child seat. But yet he was still on the streets. Does that sound familiar to anyone? Alabama football player, maybe?
Louisiana deputies are in the hospital after being shot while serving a felony warrant.
The gunman is in custody. The shooting happened just after 6 this morning in South Monroe. Sheriff Jay Russell says the deputies were serving 8 warrants on 26-year-old Ricky Wade Jr. One deputy was inside the house, the other covering the back door. Investigators say there was a scuffle before the gunshots. Wade allegedly shot the second deputy as he ran from the home. He was arrested several hours later.
This scumbag needed to go to jail, folks, okay? He should have went to jail. He is going to jail, and he will be in jail, hopefully for a while, if we can keep him there. He's someone that does not need to be walking around this community.
One of the deputies was shot in the leg, the other in the face. Both are in stable condition and are expected to survive.
For all of you people who have ever been suspended from Facebook from posting my videos or posting stories of black mob violence, black on white crime, and black criminalities, check this out. There's a group on Facebook called the Children of Nat Turner. They said that the guy who killed the deputy was acting in self-defense. He was assaulted by the pig who was in the act of performing an unconstitutional stop and frisk. Fearing for his life, he protected himself by any means necessary from this unlawful arrest, and he shot the assailant that was attacking. You know, it's amazing how much of this we see now after you know who sees it? The white victims of black murder. I did a podcast and a story on this out in Temecula, California, where this happened extensively. There was harassment. There were pictures sent to the mother of the person who died, saying that the white person deserved it. And this just came in as I finished making this video. Another white cop shot by another black person, this time in the Philadelphia area, once in the face, several times in other parts of his body. Right now, he's alive. This was also in the news today. This black person's in custody for murder. Watch what happens when the deputy tries to put some handcuffs on him.
piece of Yeah, I'm good. You couldn't get it.
The great Thomas Sowell has written several columns on my books. The first one he talked about, after he read my book, he came to the conclusion that we are in the middle of a race war. Only lots of white people don't know it. When I first heard that, I thought, wow, I hadn't really thought of that. It sounded kind of preposterous. Then you listen to Sowell, then you look around, then you look at these videos, all these black on white, black on cop, and make no mistake about it, the race war, the cops are the proxy for the big bad white racist, no matter what color the cop is. When you see all the stuff happening in the federal government, white privilege and white supremacy is being taught in our military service academies. Talk about environmental racism at the EPA all the time, the Department of Labor, the Attorney General. Loretta Lynch brags about how her grandfather used to hide black criminals. Out on the campaign trail, Hillary and Bernie have been trying to outdo each other with stories about how black people are relentless victims of relentless white racism all the time, everywhere. That explains everything, especially why cops are always picking on black people for no reason whatsoever. And especially why, if you elect Hillary or Bernie, they're going to change things up in a big way, starting with their number one principle: don't make the black kids angry.